Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a quick peek episode with yours truly, James. And with me today, we have Mike, the man behind the curtain. How's it going, Mike?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Not bad,
Excited
not
about
bad.
that Falcon and Winter Soldier finale.
I know. So, as you can tell, we're here to talk about the Falcon and Winter Soldier finale, or spoiler alert, Captain America and Bucky Barnes. No, I'm kidding.
Hmm
Captain America and the Winter Soldier finale.
Yeah, you notice that
Uh,
they didn't change his name, even though he doesn't want to be called Winter Soldier anymore, right?
I know. I was listening to someone else's podcast earlier, which, without giving their name, really focused on the fact that Bucky had a lot of development, yet we're still calling the Winter Soldier. So, but that being said, I want to spend the time today on a quick peek to talk about just the finale, not the
hmm
entire series.
Yeah.
So, I did some homework, Mike, which is rare for me. And I had a couple things that I really want to hit on real quick about this particular finale. And I think to me, it starts with the third act. Typically we break these into segments: first, second, and third act. And I think the third act of this particular finale was a bit different than what we saw in WandaVision.
hmm
And WandaVision, in my mind, was very typical to the MCU movies, where you build character development, and then boom, you get to the big CGI battle, and then you throw a bunch of little stories out the window, and then you roll credits.
Right.
This one was a little bit different, in my opinion. I think this particular series, what they tried to do, because the penultimate episode gave you so much character development and so much for you to really digest, that this finale kind of cut to the chase. We went straight into battle mode,
Oh
and then we went to exposition mode, like
yeah.
immediately thereafter. And I'm sitting there like, "Ugh, this is not looking good."
Right.
So I don't know the rest of the series. The other Disney Plus Marvel shows, Loki is coming down the pipeline, and She-Hulk, if they're going to follow the same format. But to me, this was a little bit troubling. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, his like couple of speeches went on a little too long, right? The
Also in the third act, yeah,
yeah,
the
the do better.
SJW speech.
Yeah. We had the reveals that kind of nobody was shocked about, with the power broker and all that stuff. And I did like the little segment at the end at the on the with the family barbecue and Bucky and hanging
Yeah,
out.
so that was very homely. I like that too.
hmm
But were you aware that there were some rewrites due to COVID for this particular series?
I thought I heard something, but I don't know all the details. So what
Yeah. So the
they?
original plot line was supposed to be a virus
Oh,
that
right,
would
right,
that
right.
would
Yep.
impact that would be used as a the message of the villain.
Yeah.
And obviously, once COVID hit, it became a little too close to home. So they kind of revamped it with the flag smashers,
Okay.
flag smashers. And I think this particular finale hurt the most out of all the episodes we've seen so far with this storyline. Because
Mm.
quite honestly, I never felt the real threat of these flag smashers. I
No.
never bought into Carly, and the fact that you have a finale and you gotta have to do something with this particular villain. Like, you had no choice now. You couldn't dance around it with great character development, with great acting. You had to get to the point, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, the point didn't land. So, just going back to my issue with the third act, I think it didn't drag down the series, but I think to me it just showcased some of the flaws that this show had. Despite the fact that we love this show, I still love this show,
hmm
and it came to fruition having to realize, okay, how do we wrap up the show? How to wrap up these storylines? So now let
Yeah.
me
So yeah,
go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say like, yeah, it wasn't the greatest ending for a Marvel series, but I was still satisfied by it, and um, I like that. As with the other shows like WandaVision, it's obviously going to lead into the movies, right? So we'll
Hmm.
see where it goes from there. Um, and then, so next month we'll learn more about the Countess, right?
Elaine from Seinfeld.
Right. Yeah, Julia Louis Dreyfus. Um, so I'm looking forward to that. Um, and then right shortly after they wrapped this one aired, they announced Captain America 4 was being written.
Yes,
So we'll
Captain
see.
America
We'll see
four
what comes
with
down the
Anthony
pipe. So,
Mackie.
so I can kind of forgive like not closing it, maybe I wouldn't use the word properly or as maybe as we expected.
Hmm.
But if it builds to something maybe better, I'm okay with it. So
I agree. I
yeah.
agree. I got ahead of myself a little bit because I went straight to the third act. But
Hmm.
similar to WandaVision, this the main character really. I mean, no offense to Bucky, was really Sam Wilson's Captain America,
Right.
and this is where we finally get to see him don the suit from the comics. Much like WandaVision was finally in the finale, she finally had the full Wanda Maximoff costume from the comics.
Yeah.
Sam Wilson also had his costume that's from the comics. What was your first impression of his outfit?
Oh, I liked it. Except it's the same thing I always thought with Falcon in the MCU. It's
Hmm.
like, why is the man not wearing a helmet? He's flying. You know, protect your dome, man. But
The thing for me is it took me some while because I've seen this episode probably 3 times as of today,
hmm
and the same thing hits me every single time. I
mm,
get it; it's comic book accurate. I'm okay
right.
with that, but I maybe it was because the final battle scene was done at nighttime.
Yeah.
The all white with the stars and stripes just seemed glaring. It just seemed not combat. Um, what's the word? It's not combat compatible.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it just stood out. And then, like you said, the fact that everything but his head, where his brain is housed,
Yeah.
was covered. To me, it really bothered me. I mean, I did like the actual wings, the
Yeah.
vibranium wings, and vibranium
Yes.
technology, but the suit to me looked like it was almost like cosplay a bit.
Yeah. It looked more for show than for action. Right.
Combat,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Like
I
it
agree.
reminded
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it reminded me of Cap and First Avenger when he kind of had a little dorky suit in the beginning, and then by the end of the first movie, you could see that the suit's a little bit more combat type. And
Right.
then Winter Soldier was probably still one of my favorite suits in Winter Soldier because that was purely tactical.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna do the same arc with Sam, but if they're trying to follow comic books, I get it. It's comic book accurate. I'm not gonna argue about that.
No. No. And so I'm gonna assume. So the suit was made by the Wakandans.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna assume that they, you know, so we're going to assume that Sam didn't have input and the U.S. military didn't have input, right? And go, well,
Yeah.
this might not work for, maybe if we're fighting in the Arctic, it'll work. But
At
other than
daytime.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
I really did enjoy though. Once he had the suit on, the fight scenes where he utilized both the shield and the wings at the same time. Like the
yes.
one scene where Carly was trying to knock him down, and he used the wings as a brake behind him,
Hmm.
and he had the
Yeah.
shield
Yeah.
up. So some cool
Yeah.
maneuvers there. So I like that they were able to show that he use the suit properly at least.
Well,
Even
that's what all that training montage was for. That training montage,
true,
the
true.
last episode, was
Yeah,
gearing
yeah.
you up to realize that he can do all his acrobatics and aero maneuvers with the suit while
Mm,
still carrying the
exactly.
shield.
Yep.
So,
And there was the what was it where he had the shield on top of him, but the wings came around to cover like a blast or something. It was
oh,
like,
the helicopter, yes, that
yeah,
was pretty dope. That's probably the best use of his wings and shield that I
yep.
noticed this particular episode.
hmm
Which again, I Eric and I used to watch the Avengers animated show,
Mm.
which heavily featured Falcon with that suit without the shield, and he's able to do a lot more in the animated series than we've seen so far. So I think eventually Sam and his full skill set of using the wings and the shield is going to be pretty good. My problem with Sam Wilson still, even throughout the entire, I know when I talk about the entire series, is
hmm
that his combat hand to hand skills is atrocious.
Yeah.
It's terrible, and I don't know if he's gonna get any better, but it's definitely a detriment to him. Every time I see him on screen doing any sort of hand to hand fighting with Baltrack, with AO, anyone you could name it, he looks terrible.
He
Um,
needs to go spend some time with Dora Milaje and get some skills training.
yes, so that's another little backstop there for me. But I mean, overall, I'm not going to say I didn't like the finale. I thought it was very well played.
hmm
Very emotional scene with Isaiah Bradley. That
Yeah.
was
Oh
that
man,
tugged at the heartstrings.
that did big time for me. It was like there was a couple scenes. Yeah, there was that one, And I think there was another I had mentioned to you, but I can't remember right now. Oh, was I think it was with Bucky and the old man.
And the old man in
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
another good one too. And then, and I'm a little bit on 50-50 about this. I kind of wanted to see the guy's reaction or
I
some
did
sort of
too.
a,
They just cut away like it was
but
nothing, right?
I understand too because that wasn't the main focus. Like
Yeah,
what Sam was telling him, hey, talk to him. Start with one person. Tell him, don't avenge. Actually, help that person out. I wanted to see whether he was going to say something else, which didn't
yeah,
happen. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
yeah. I mean, it looked like he showed up at the restaurant later to check in on the guy, so he seemed like
Hmm.
he was okay. So I'm gonna assume they had a good conversation, and the guy and the old man said, "Okay, I understand," and they left it at that, right? So
True, true. And then we have Sharon Carter, who was an unwilling participant at the
yeah,
beginning.
this whole arc with her being the power broker is kind of weird to me, but maybe it'll be explained in the
Captain America 4.
yeah, Cap 4, or even some hinting with no, they won't hint to it in Black Widow because
No,
that's prequel. Yeah,
correct. All right.
so I guess we'll see. Like, there's a lot of online, a lot of assumptions that she's a Skrull, maybe, or because
Yeah, I heard that too.
How could Sharon do this to us? You
But
know?
that's a cop out. Her
Yeah,
being a scroll, that's a
yeah,
cop out. I don't like
it's too
that
easy.
storyline.
Yeah, so we'll see. The other arc, what else do we had? It looks like they saved the boat, which I won't get into too much, but
No,
save
the boat.
save the family, which was nice.
What about
Um,
Nemo?
oh, the other arc was
Zemo.
really
Nemo. What about Zemo?
Zemo. Yeah, Zemo got his justice in the end, I guess.
Hmm.
So we're good there. But the other arc I want to talk about was John Walker.
Yes, I was saving that for the end. John
Yeah.
Walker.
So he built his aluminum foil shield.
Home Depot shield.
Man, that lasted like 30 seconds and it got dented.
That was funny.
I'm surprised somebody didn't say, "Hey, man, you should throw that in the recycle bin."
What about all those medals that he had on there? Come on.
Yeah, man. So it seemed like he was trying to redeem himself,
He was.
So
And they gave us that moment when he had to make a decision:
Yeah.
save the GRC folks,
Right.
or go after Carly.
Yeah, so he
And
did the right
although he
thing.
kind of did a little twitch, like like something's still not right with them, and then he made the
Mhm.
right decision, which was cool.
Yeah.
I think that was, again, I mentioned this before in our regular podcast. I think that was great casting to get Wyatt Russell,
Hmm.
and I think that there's definitely going to be some sort of spin-off opportunity with them.
Well,
And I'm
look at
looking
it this
forward
way.
to
I
that.
mean, people hated him so much, his character so much, that they hated him. Now, if that
Yes.
isn't a testament to good acting, I don't know what else is, right?
Agreed.
So I think
Agreed.
the guy did a great job in the role.
Most
Um,
definitely.
the oh yeah, so at the end he's hooking up with the Countess.
Contessa. Yeah, Countess.
So yeah, and I don't know what's in store there. So, but we'll see. But he's officially U.S. agent now. So
Yeah. The only thing is, and I know a lot of folks were kind of hoping this would happen, was we would get to see Old Man Steve. And there was a line thrown in there when Captain America came through the building, and then he announced himself, and somebody was like, "I thought he was on a moon." So the world at large has no clue where he is or what's happened to him, other than the audience and select members of the Avengers.
yeah,
I don't know if he's alive. I
yeah.
don't know
Because
if
remember
he's
we talked about this. I think after episode 2 or 3, and they had that whole scene where Steve is gone. Steve is gone. Get over it. And I think you and I and Chris were like, well, that doesn't necessarily mean he's dead, but
yeah.
it sounds like he's dead, right?
It's not like he's beyond just gone, like
Yeah.
physically not there with them. He's like, so I don't know. This is something interesting. I don't think they're gonna try to bring back Chris Evans for
No,
cameo.
he's not coming back. So I mean, at this point, I would say let it go.
You could never say never. No, I don't believe.
No, I
he's
never
not
say
gonna-
never, but
yeah.
like for MCU fans, I would say let it go. Like it's be nice to be answered, but if it doesn't, I would say don't be angry about it. Don't dwell on it. Just move on, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So before we go, let me ask you a quick question. Where would you rank this particular episode, the finale, versus the previous 5 episodes?
So this one, so there were 6 episodes altogether, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this one for me, probably from the top, I would say like third best episode, second or third. So I think the best episode for me was the one where they busted Zemo out of jail. I think that was the best one for me. And they went to the
Episode
docks.
3. That was episode
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
So and then went to the docks and the nightclub. That was all in the same episode, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The Zemo dancing.
For me, number 4 was the best with
Okay.
when Dora Milaje showed up. The whole getting the serum thing, and to me that was my favorite.
And when Battlestar died.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct. That was my favorite.
So that would be like number 2. So yeah, it's kind of a toss up 1 and 2 for me. Those 2 episodes. And then I would say the finale, I would put it like right
yeah,
under
this
there.
might be my third best as well. Yeah, I did like the last episode, although it wasn't action heavy. It was a lot of dialogue,
a lot of emotional
and
stuff,
character.
yeah.
So yeah, this is up there. This is up there.
Yeah.
All right, so that's all I got.
Overall, good series, solid like B series for me. Like if I compare this and WandaVision, I still think I like WandaVision better.
Ooh, you really like WandaVision better?
I think I do. But this is up there. I want to see what Loki brings. Loki might knock them both off.
Yeah, everyone's thinking Loki's going to be better than both.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Time will tell.
Yeah,
literally, time will tell.
Exactly.
Time stone. All right, Mike.
Well, it was great chatting. Let us know what you guys think of the finale in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our videos and the podcast. And we will catch you on our main show.
Where can folks find us?
They can find us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Heroes Peak. And don't forget to share our videos. Let people know we're out there. We look forward to hearing from you. And don't text James, just comment.
That's true, for real.
Yeah.
Leave a comment, don't text me.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Have a good one.